that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
Here you are, fish buddy. All right. Oh, Penny just dropped in. Hi, Penny.
Happy Friday, guys.
Courtney's here. Hi, Courtney. Of course, our good friends that are always here with us. Snorty Poopus, Gambit, and Tom Baker's here. It's good to see you guys. Tom Baker says, don't know any of these Godzilla movies except for Godzilla 85, so I won't post any comments. Oh, wait, I changed my mind. So expect many comments. All right. I'm not saying you're a walking contradiction, but you are clearly a fucking walking contradiction. Of course, Gambit is here. What's up, buddy? Good to see all you guys. Glad you're here. We're going to talk about the first movie where it felt like it was really a Godzilla movie. Even though I have a love for the first film, Gareth Edwards' movie, but I have so many problems with it. First and foremost, the fucking feet. He screwed up Godzilla's feet. They wanted to make him look like elephant feet, and I'm like, yeah. Did you not see that fucking rebellion coming when they rebelled against your fucking ideas? You know, I'm sure there are people going, we should probably not do that. But he's like, no, I'm going to do what I want. It's my movie. And so he did that. And then he decided not to use the theme. Loved by millions of fans worldwide. I'm going to make a Godzilla movie and not give a nod to the films that came before us. At least the effects guys did, because they went and tried to do a modern emulation of how the roar worked. And they created something that I felt echoed classic Godzilla, which, of course, if you don't know, was created by taking a Anna corrected me on it because I've always just referred to it as a cello, but it's a what do you call
Double
it?
bass.
Double bass.
Which is even bigger and deeper than a cello. And
they're bigger.
Louder,
and
too.
They took a work glove with leather on the inside and resined it up and took it and just worked the strings with that resin glove. And that's how we got the sound, because they did all sorts of weird shit, slowing it down, reversing it, augmenting the sounds. And so, yeah, the first yell or roar was just this upright bass and with the resin glove. And it's fucking brilliant. And then they played with it even more, Toho did. And later on, they added some additional animal sounds to it that made it more bass. And so early in the Showa era, though, they instead focused on raising and focusing on the higher pitched notes, which they thought made it sound more friendly, because during the Showa period, Godzilla was a good guy for the most part. And then later, during the I just forgot the name, the second era. Sensei, was that it? It's S.A. No, it's, I can't remember.
Sorry, you just told me
Nobody's helping me. I get it. I send all that information out and nobody stores it, just in case.
I have a life, you know?
I know. I don't.
Fuck you.
I wish I had learned to play upright instead of just electric bass. I've been told by a lot of bassists that the transition really wasn't that difficult. It was just learning the new position and playing a fretless bass.
It depends. It depends. Do you just want to plug it? Then it probably isn't. If you want to use the bow, there's a lot to learn.
I know that one of the guys that I played with always told me what he liked about fretless basses is that you're never out of key. And I'm like, really? That's weird. I don't know if it's true. I'm not a bassist. Happy Friday. Vince Womack's here. That's it. Heisei era. The Heisei era brought back the bass sound of the Godzilla roar. And it's also the lead into the darker versions of the Godzilla films. And I think the cinematography and visual effects were just better as they move forward. And I like that shit. You were going to say something, Martin?
Yeah, I was saying hi to Vince. And we have this from Penny. She's an urgent care. She's taking a test.
Sucks.
Oh
I
my
hope it's
God.
not Shrek because it sucks, man.
All of them suck. What she's getting
My
tested
prayers
for.
goes to you, Penny.
And Tom Baker pointing out that we all know Snorty likes fish. Yeah, we hope you get the film there, Penny. Yes, I played with guys. Yeah. Hey, Real Popcorn Geek. What's up, buddy? I cannot use a bow. I can play fretless. In college, I took violin twice because I couldn't get the bow to do anything except sound like a dying animal. Is there truth to that statement, though, that one bassist that told me that playing a fretless bass, you're never out of tune? Or I don't understand what the fuck he meant by it.
I don't think that's a possibility even. But yeah, the violin is the hardest
it didn't
instrument
make
to
sense to
learn.
me, but I didn't want to argue with him, you know?
No, I think he was bullshitting with you. But the
full of shit.
violin takes years until it begins to sound good. It's a rough one. I've been through that, so has my youngest sister.
Yeah, I love that, Vince. I appreciate it, man. It's good to see you, dude. It's good to see you. We're going to be talking about the first Godzilla film from the Monsterverse that showed some proper love to the old, and I do mean it. There's a lot of love in this movie for the classic stuff. They screw up on a couple of things. Number one, they brought in the twins, and then don't do anything with them. In fact, they're not even clear they're twins, even though we see through photos that she's saying she's a twin and that she's from a long line of twins.
Yes.
And you meet both twins separately, and I'm like, why did you do that? And my guess is that they had shot stuff that ended up on the cutting room floor.
When did we meet the other one? Because I was under the impression that
she's credited as both in the film, and I'm assuming that they had to have done it.
In the cut of the film, you only see one of them.
Yeah,
the one that's there at the command center, and I don't remember ever seeing the other.
No, they only use her, and I wouldn't even have known about that twin stuff.
the other one was on vacation.
Well, I will say this, that even Toho disagrees with that. They love the American films. And that's why they are considered part of the Toho universe.
Yes. This run. Not the previous try.
Yeah, not the 97. We all know how bad that was. And Toho said, you think you can make a bad Godzilla film? Hold my beer, said Japan. And they started making them. And I got to tell you, I still enjoy Fight Wars, the Mothra films, that really long one, long title, I can't remember. I've seen them all. Loved them all. But yeah, that was Toho saying, you fucked up Godzilla. We're going to show you that we can make bad Godzilla and make it better than you. And they did. They made some really good Godzillas there. And then they stopped for a while and then came back in 2016 with Shin Godzilla. And I am not a fan of that fucking movie. I don't like it. There are parts of it that I enjoyed, but overall I didn't like where they were going with it. That he's like this, he's a fucking nuclear accident and pollution all mixed into one. I'm like, well, that's the smog monster. Yeah, right.
Um,
Yeah, that's like me on my wedding night.
ay, 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 ay. Too much
I didn't.
information.
What? I meant before I fall asleep. What did you think I meant?
I thought you meant we're first wedding night because you were only 18. And teenagers are like that.
Well, we could go back like that. Yeah. I love that. Like years ago, there was this great joke, and I've told it many times. I think it was Robin Williams who said it first. He says, "The only look an 18-year-old has when they're having sex is a look of surprise that they're getting any." Oh my god, I'm having sex. Godzilla versus Mothra is my favorite, but that is probably because it is the only one. Well, you have that one where they updated again with Mecha Godzilla, which I thought was really cool. Mecha Godzilla is one of my favorite kaijus. I would put him in my top 3 favorite kaijus.
That's
Godzilla
that,
number 1.
that is
Uh,
technically not a kaiju. So
No, it's a
robot.
machine.
it's
It
made
needs to be
from or
alive.
made to look like, but it's still in the kaiju verse. It's like, oh boy, let's get technical and interrupt the flow. Okay.
Not a kaiju.
It's fights like one, looks like one.
Not a
So
kaiju.
don't care. Fights like one, looks like one. It's designed to fight Godzilla, make Godzilla look bad in one film, but in the first film, that's not really what it's about. But in this one, it was. And in fact, I thought when they showed Godzilla doing all the destruction at the beginning, I always thought that was going to be Mecha Godzilla doing all that to put the blame on Godzilla. But it was actually Godzilla trying to find Mecha Godzilla. That's what that was all about. You pulled an Aussie on your wedding night. What'd you do? Bite his head off?
Oh my god.
Wouldn't that make her a mantis?
Yeah. That's funny because Anima brought that up earlier, which makes me worried about marrying her. All the tests came back negative. Now, what do I do about my sore throat? I will tell you now. Warm, not hot, warm tea with honey and lemon.
Yep.
Honey and lemon. And I'm telling you, real lemon. Don't get flavored, but real lemon in it. And I'm telling you, when I was an actor on stage, it's the only thing that would save my voice. Dragons, monsters, and creatures have been integral to the Japanese folklore since the 9th century. Well, all Asian culture. And to be honest with you, that's even in the Near East. You have all these images of these dragon-like creatures. And so technically, like Ghidorah, King Ghidorah. I love that they use all 3 names for him in this film. They first call him Monster Zero, a nod back to the Showa era. Then they refer to him as Ghidorah, and then they refer to him as King Ghidorah when he takes control of the other kaiju, including Rodan, which I like their depiction of Rodan in this. He's like a phoenix. He's been sleeping in a volcano, so he's developed these hard, crusty exterior shells. And he's a beast, man. Some of the shit he does in this film, fighting wise, got wasted, told people off apparently, then passed out face down in the wedding dress. And my ex got stoned all night and with his out of town friends. So just left you there. That's some crazy shit. Ozzy apparently got so wasted he just passed out. Sharon got no booty. You're allergic to lemons? Well, the honey will help.
Sucks.
The honey will still help. Honey and tea, and I always drink Earl Grey. Not hot, warm.
I would suggest what my mom did minus the lemon, because she would slice some ginger and boil that. And once it got down in temperature, added honey and lemon.
How did you
survive? Here's why. Extreme temperatures with water or fluids is actually bad for your throat. So drinking it warm, not tepid.
It also kills the vitamin C in the lemon, so that's why you let it cool down.
But she can't have the lemon. So
yeah, that's why I do what my mom does minus the lemon, because ginger is awesome for you.
Ginger's also good. Bailey's Irish Cream instead. Fuck it. If it makes you feel better, go for it.
Oh, that reminds me of my grandma who grew up in Brazil. So you see, you don't go see a doctor. What they did was heat up vodka and drink it as hot as possible and then just sweat it out in bed.
Yeah, hot toddies. Yeah, I take supplements, ginger supplements. They're really good. They're chewables. They're gummy chewables, and they're really good. They got like, if you take 3 of them, you're supposed to take 3 of them, but I usually take like 1. So it's got like 3 grams of sugar, 2.5 grams of sugar per thing, and it's just not going to show up in my blood.
I go other route. I use ground ginger on everything.
I like using fresh one.
It's one of my favorite condiments, and I put it on everything.
Yeah, I love the movie Final Wars. I thought it was a really good movie. Yeah, ginger was no good for Gilligan. You know, I'm in the Marianne crowd, which I learned now later she was just as naughty as Ginger in real life. Well, I've got an edgy throat, but I'm now drinking mellow tea, calm it down. Good morning tea is good. Green teas are good. No, we got it. We speak typo here. We just don't speak illiterate.
Yeah, and I'm the only one who speaks Shanatsky. I have to translate for Gary.
I'm a little surprised he's not here.
It's Friday, Gary. He joins on Saturdays.
Working.
He's working.
Not in my book. Oh, so I like that background. Big fan. I really like this film. Even though as much as I enjoyed, Godzilla versus Kong, I felt they cut out so much of the human story and focused more on the action and the comedy that I felt it was not as good as this film. This and Kong Skull Island are the best of the series.
I can't believe this one still got so much shit for having too much human story in it. It's stupid. Do you want 100% CGI or what?
Because it was always in the fucking Showa era. Like one of my favorites was Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, where you get the story of this kid and his dad and his mom, and they're dealing with pollution as a problem. Just fuck man. People who complain about that just annoy me. It's like, look, man, in order to enjoy the Godzilla characters, Godzilla Kaiju, you need to also have humans in there to help tell the impact and effect of what these things are doing.
Oh, autocorrect? Yeah.
Yeah, I've told you guys about that fucked up time. My girlfriend at the time sent me a text message asking me if I wanted to have a 3-way with Ella DeGeneres. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then she goes, sorry, that was autocorrect. And I'm like, what did it autocorrect? For God's sake. Right. And then she told me what it was. I'm like, that sounds nothing like, do you want to have a 3-way with Ellen DeGeneres? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Yeah, I'll never understand the complaint about the humans. It's the same thing with Transformers. And by the way, I want to point out that, look, man, they learned with this film. They listened to the complaints of the fans and addressed it in this film, the desires of the fans. If you'd done this and this, we'd have loved it. So they did it. And guess what? They still got hate. I'm like, motherfuckers can't be satisfied with a goddamn thing. And that's
I really have one serious complaint with this movie, and it's just that one. The other details that I don't care. I can live with them. But it bothers me that when the Kaijus are fighting, they made instead of wide shots, they do close-ups and shaky camera and quick cuts. Why? I want to see the monsters. They don't care to feel the chaos of the battle. No, I want to see the battle.
Oh, it does it to me all the time with messages to anima, and I'll like, because I speak very clearly, and I'm like, where the fuck did you get that from? What you just said.
Well,
And,
yeah, that's.
And sometimes I'm not paying attention. I'll hit send, and then I'll look back at it, and then I got to go back and edit it.
I'm having fun figuring
out
out what you meant. But yeah, that's speech to text. But I'm suggesting you try autocorrect when you have your keyboard set to 3 different languages and you switch between them, depending on the people you're talking to. And then you forget to switch back to the language that you need for that person and start typing away. It's funny as fuck.
Well, let me also point out the fact that I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Never mind. It was something to do with this movie. I love the intro on this much more than in the first film. And I like the first film, but this is a far better kaiju film.
It gets the feet right.
Not quite, but it's getting there.
It's much better.
No, it's much better, but it's not there yet. In subsequent,
well, I got to tell you, it's the second Jason Bourne film that they started doing the quick editing with, because the first film you got longer shots, and that's why I prefer the first Bourne Identity. The second film, they do these. You get that fight in the kitchen where he rolls up a magazine and fights the guy with a knife, and they were cutting so quickly that you can't appreciate some of the fucking moves that were being done. Yeah, I agree with you, Paul Greengrass. Because the first film wasn't Paul Greengrass. Who was it that directed the first film? Because he got shit canned.
Paul Greengrass. He directed the
No, who did? Who
first?
Replaced him?
No.
Doug Liman, motherfucker. Tell me fucking shit again. So Doug Liman was the first director, and then Paul Greengrass stepped in for the second film, and he's the one who fucked it up, which is what I said. Because I couldn't remember who directed the first film, and it was not.
Yeah, Popcorn just brought it up in chat, so thanks, Popcorn Geek.
So, yep, I was right. One time I was typing, I'm going to catch all the shinnies this weekend. It corrects the Chinese.
Oh.
Oh yeah, don't ever fucking talk about armor and say chinks in the armor. Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. What pisses me off about my phone, and I've done everything it said to do, when it autocorrects my language when I'm cussing, and it will put the first letter, then put a bunch of asterisks after
yeah.
it. It will not. It censors me. And I got to go back and manually put my cuss words back in. I'm like, fuck you. Like, how dare you censor me? And like, how do you stop voice to text from censoring you on your Android? Tells you how to do it. I went and did it multiple times, different ways. Nothing works. It keeps doing
Android, how dare you censor our love language? Really? That's fucked up.
One time I was having,
I'll be back, guys.
Alrighty. I hate the Bourne films because of both the messy editing and the overly rapid camera work. I don't like them because CIA bad all the time. It's always the villain. And I'm like, this gets really tiresome because the CIA does go up again. There are people in the CIA that do their fucking jobs. I know people from the CIA. I'm friends with a person who is still in the CIA right now. And she's the threat analyst that's been on Sean's show. And she's the one who explains what happened with the story in Benghazi. because even though she physically wasn't there, she had just left and came back at the end of the events. And she breaks down really well what went wrong and who is responsible. Yeah, Doug Liman's garbage. The first Identity I saw with Matt Damon, they're doing a Q&A afterwards. I like that movie, but Matt Damon may have helped. Well, it helped that he wanted to do his own fight stunts.
That always helps.
Yeah, the shaky cam got started there. It's exactly where it got started, buddy. Good call out there, Tom. Bruce Campbell. He did this interview with, I was there because he was my guest at my very first film festival. And he and Josh showed up, and Bruce went into being in that episode of Law and Order, and where they had, or in NYPD Blue, whichever one it was. It was very dramatic, and he had to. He was a cop that was corrupt, and he ends up self-deleting, I think, at the end of it. Hi, John. You need to join us.
John. Yeah, I wish you could join us.
This thing started, and I'm still talking about this shit. So anyway, basically, he started talking about how the cameraman's getting up in his face and whispering to him, "Don't turn, don't pay attention to me. Go ahead, look the other way. There you go, turn your head." And he's giving him direction, even though the director is over there, and it really frustrated him dealing with the cameraman, the camera operator for that show. Yeah, I tried all of that. Hey, Genghis. Still at work. Gotcha.
Would be cool if you could get on at the end and talk a little bit about it.
Will you be able to join us for tomorrow? Because tomorrow we're doing Godzilla versus Kong. We're skipping over Kong for Military Monday. We'll do that on Military Monday.
We watched them in order, though. All three of them last night. I got to bed at 5 a.m. But I had too much fun doing this.
Movie. She watched
Kong,
and then Godzilla versus Kong. Watched all three. The other thing she hasn't seen yet is the Godzilla X Kong, and she hasn't watched the Monarch TV series. So we'll be doing that. That's excellent, John. So we get to meet this character. And by the way, if you were unaware, the guy who plays the dad in this, his daughter, real life daughter, plays Wendy on Alien Earth. Just a piece of shit TV series. It's absolute garbage. And people are like going, man, I got to the 8th episode. What a letdown. I'm like going, that's your own fault.
Yeah. Whose daughter?
The guy who plays the dad in this movie, Millie Bobby Brown's dad. His daughter is the kid in Alien.
That guy right there is the real father to the actress on Alien Earth that plays Wendy. And I don't even think she's pretty. She looks weird to me. She has like
she's
face.
not.
She looks like she's the human manifestation of Dora the Explorer's head. Like a football. Anyway, she's actually a good actor. She was in another film that I liked. And she did a good job. I can't remember what it was. I told it to Anima earlier.
I forgot.
Yeah. Well, I didn't ask you to help me.
Well, we're doing this movie tonight, or should be doing it. So
I am talking about it. I like the way this movie opens on the 2014 film, showing the other side of it where people were impacted personally by what happened. This family was impacted by the fact that they lost their son. But they still have their daughter, but their youngest son gets killed.
And they split up over it, I'm assuming, because they're not together anymore. They haven't seen each other in years.
They're both devastated by it and doing their version of trying to get past it. And she, and I'll let the cat out of the bag now, goes the wrong fucking way.
This is Batman versus Superman again.
Yeah. She has convinced this kid that she's in the right to do what she's going to do because the world's out of order and we need to bring these kaiju back to stop Godzilla from ever
Not fully
killing them.
convinced though. The kid has
No,
doubts
because she starts having doubts.
Because she's about to email her dad that she's worried about what her mom is doing when her mom comes in. And
that look of devastation when he yells for her, come to me, and she doesn't. She goes with her mom. I could feel his heart crack.
Yeah.
And as a dad, I've been there when my kids have made really bad decisions. And I'm sitting there looking at them going, you have no idea what you've done. You're going to find out. And they did. Hey, go back to the beginning of the show. I talked about that. He used it wasn't a leather glove. It was a work glove that has leather on it. And they took resin and soaked into the leather. And once it cured, they took that resin glove and took it over the upright base and got those sounds, recorded it, augmented it, played it backwards. I'm repeating myself from what I said earlier. Some people are upset that a lot of the classic Toho monsters don't make an appearance, but they were only able to license Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah. Well, they get some other ones that are in there.
They show
that are from classic Toho. That giant mastodon creature, the spider-like creature, and that's the creature that, as I recall, that tried to kill Manila. Minia. It's Minilla, and which is Godzilla's child, and ended up almost killing Godzilla. And finally, his child was able to, because he kept blowing smoke rings for his breath, and it was funny as shit. And eventually, he blows out proper atomic breath, and him and his dad defeat this creature, and the dad kills it. They weren't sure how well the MonsterVerse was going to do. Look for some more classics to show up. Well, you got to realize they were getting yelled at by the fans over the first Godzilla by creating original creatures instead of using creatures from the Godzilla verse, and so they got a lot of shit. So they listened to the fans, and like I said, John, they listened to the fans' complaints, and they're saying, if you did this, we would like it. So they did that, and still people fucking shit on this movie.
Well, they also got a lot of heat because they played the Jaws thing and didn't show him that much, and that backfired.
Well, that's Gareth Edwards doing that shit.
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards said, I wanted to make it like Jaws. And it's like, well, first of all, Jaws happened because shit didn't fucking work. It was not something they did on purpose. They did because they were forced to in order to finish the movie. So, and it doesn't work with Godzilla because, unlike the shark, Godzilla has a fan base, you dumb motherfucker. Yes. I like Gareth Edwards, but that pissed me off.
We have been seeing the creature for 70 years. There's no mystery there.
There's no mystery.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
What's this? Eurovision. Awesome, Gary. Such a bellowing sound. I love it. And what they did for this version, they tried to replicate it, but using actual animal sounds. And also the sound of the audience captured during a Rolling Stone concert. And because they were using Atmos sound design for theaters, they were able to create a true three-dimensional sound that is above you and around you. And it resonates. And I remember seeing this in the theater and how I could feel my fucking body vibrating from the movie. And I'm like, that's what I want a kaiju to do when I hear it roar. Make my, it's sort of like, and Courtney knows what this is like, when you've got your bass turned up and really bass, and people in the front say I can feel it in my chest.
I
That's what
hate
you
that
want.
feeling. God, I hate that feeling.
I like rock, so I don't. But also, I do know that that's probably dangerous for your heart to do that. But awesome, Gary. Such a bellowing sound. I enjoyed the explanation, Gary. Fuck you, Genghis. And dang, the crowd from the Rolling Stone concert. Yeah, it was from a major concert, and I think it was in the Hollywood Bowl where they recorded the sounds of the cheering audience.
I remember it was open air
Was
between
it open?
buildings.
Well, part of
Yeah,
the Hollywood Bowl is open.
but they were calling.
So I
They
think
were
it's-
talking about the effect that the fans were making, echoing back from the buildings surrounding it.
Yeah, that giant dome, and it's incredible.
This
So
is where we
she
meet Mothra.
and the girl are working with this thing called, what's it called? Whale sound device. It was a
Yeah.
device meant to work
Orca,
with
the
whales
orca.
to teach the orca. That's what they call it, orca, where they would use whale sound and augment it to get them to stay away from beaches so they wouldn't beach. And but it got twisted into doing it this way for these creatures. And one of the things that she added was the sound of the human sound to the sound that she was using to attract these fucking kaiju.
The
It's really
device is
fucking
taking
evil.
over the role of the twins, the singing twins. They turned that into the device, and then they still bring them up, and it makes no sense.
Now, here's what bothers me. They've got this device. They should have found, I would have done this. I would have put for this creature, I believe the basic, like if you're listening through water, sound of the singing, the chanting of the people from that island that were basically originally they were like fairies. The girls were fairies. And they have the twins in this movie and do nothing with them, which
You
is
only
so
get to
fucking
see
weird.
one of them.
And but they're mentioned in the film because she's credited both. So it's just really fucking weird. Anyway, so that would be how I would have shown the controlling of Mothra in its pupil state. And I love the pupil state in the movies, man, because even as a caterpillar, man, they kicked ass. And in fact, it led to a joke when I was a kid where I grabbed a can of silly string hanging out with Jim Woodward, David Gray, and Bennett Sumner. And I went, hey guys, what am I? And I just went to my mouth and went, ah, and I started making noises, spraying silly string all over the place. And the only one that fucking said it was David Gray. Goes, you're Mothra. I know what you're doing. You're Mothra. I've always loved the atomic breath, man. And I love what they did with the atomic breath in the first film. When he fucking grabbed that Muto and went to town on it, grabbing its head, opening, forcing its mouth open, and just blowing its atomic breath down its throat, killing it.
That looked so cool.
But again, he didn't want to use the theme either. And that's the thing missing in the first movie is Godzilla's recognized theme song, which again, thanks to the fans, they brought into this film. And Bear McCreary, best known for Battlestar Galactica themes and compositions for the new Battlestar Galactica that was done in the 2000s. He was the composer for this film. And he brought the percussion and those basses. You hear a lot of bass notes in this music, bass instruments that really make you feel it when it's shit's going down. And doing that fucking Godzilla theme like you've never heard before. I like this scene where they get up and leave because something happened. Are you leaving in the middle of your deposition? It's like, sorry, we got to go. We'll play you a film and hopefully we'll be back in time to answer more of your questions. But enjoy the short film. Whatever. And I like to call them Titans instead of using Kaiju. I like that. Because it's sure as fuck better than like watching the American dubbed Ultraman, where they just constantly
They say
use the word
monster.
monster,
Yeah.
monster all the time. Of course, he's out there with wolves, following them, recording them, listening to the sounds of how they talk to each other.
And that later leads to him picking up, no, they're not behaving erratically. They are in a pack. They're moving as a pack. And they have a target.
And it's only because he worked with wolves that he understands that.
Wildlife, I would say. But
I was heartbroken that they killed Ken Watanabe's character so early in the franchise.
he dies
He's
a
one of
good
my
death,
favorite
though.
characters. He delivers such good human, he is the human voice for what's going on. And he says, again, it's that great line from the song Godzilla, where he says, the folly of man is that we think we can control nature, and then he says the line as the camera moves in, let them fight. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, we still don't have that clip, right?
No.
Damn.
Sorry, I'm just reading everything. Oh, here's a good Rodan. Rodan flying around was laying waste to cities in seconds. My favorite moment, and they brought it up in the development of his character, was that they wanted to show he was intelligent, that he wasn't just some animal. And the intelligence shows when he looks and sees the fighters moving apart to get away from him and moving into a different position, and he uses his ability and spins and knocks both of them out of the sky because they were trying to pivot around him. And I like the scene where the guy is below him and pulls the eject thing and gets shot right up into his fucking mouth, and he eats that guy. That was just fucking cool shit. Yeah, he is so shocked when he finds out there are kaiju all over the place.
And they have bases everywhere. In each location where there's a dormant kaiju, they have a base.
Yeah, he came back from the first film. He's one of the few people that came back. There are 3 characters that come back, and he's one of them. The other one is the commander.
The military commander?
Naval commander.
Yeah.
And I forget who is the third one.
Third one. Nope, there's not a third one.
Now, that photo of Millie Bobby Brown, when you look it up on Google, where she's like smiling but has her chin in, makes her look like that chick from Saturday Night Live that did the weird tiny hand lady.
Sally Hawkins came back. She's a paleozoologist working for Monarch.
Yeah, his assistant. So that's it. I was right. 3. Yeah. 3 actors returned from the first movie. I hope that they would bring Marine back because I liked his character and his wife. That he would be part of this.
Yeah, but they're not too military focused in this movie.
They couldn't figure out where to put him in, so they just left him out. It's a shame that Watanabe's character was killed off. I think he should have been the Nick Fury. There you go. It's kind of what he is, building this thing.
Yes, but
no, not Molly Shannon.
Death. He dies with honor, and he gets to go real up close and touch him and say goodbye, old friend. And that's how Godzilla knows that humans are good people, because the last thing he sees before the atomic blast, like revives and boosts him is a human being. So he makes that connection. They did that.
Yep.
They can't be bad.
Kristen Wiig is the actress that she looks like when she holds her chin and it's trying to smile. It's a weird fucking photo of her.
I'm blown away at how good she is as an actor.
And she does a really good job of losing her English accent.
Yeah, I was shocked when you played me the interview and like, that's what she sounds like. Wow. And she doesn't sound English in Stranger Things, and she was 12 when she started that. And already such a
It's
pro.
like she's not only grown up, she's married and got a kid.
Yep.
Yeah,
Adopted.
they adopted a baby last year. Or was it earlier this year? I think earlier this year.
The funnier thing that she has ever said to me, for me, is when she said, "I make movies, I don't watch them. I don't even watch the movies I make." She doesn't watch movies. What the fuck?
Well, she must have seen footage of this one because she said that the King Ghidorah was the scariest thing ever for her.
Well, the idea behind King Ghidorah is scary as shit. That this
Yeah,
is
but
an
I think
invasive,
she's seen some of the
alien
finished
fucking
things.
species that
Yeah.
they use the. And by the way, that's a throwback to the original Godzilla film. That they use the oxygen destroyer,
Yeah.
and it kills Godzilla, but it does not kill Ghidorah. It doesn't seem to impact him. And
Well, he's from outer space, so
they eventually figure out, oh my god, he's not terrestrial at all. He's not from here. And he had killed off the Venusians. And it's not even sure if he was from there, because as I understand in the original Showa era, that he may have been an alien to even the Venusians living on Venus.
that makes him even scarier. That nobody knows
Eurovision
where
is
does this
garbage.
thing come from.
I'm serious. Eurovision is just absolute fucking garbage now. I absolutely agree with you. I loved his character. I was so excited when I saw they at least brought him back, because he was one of the best parts of the first film, even though he's not really in the film that much. Yes,
He saves the day in the end by bringing him back.
Let them fight. Looking to make sure I said hi to everybody.
But I wouldn't say about this movie that is not even above average. It's a good movie.
And of course, Rodan's in Mexico. Once again, proving what I've said before, nothing good comes from Mexico. Nothing. Well, I do like Taco Bell. By the way, does anybody know who that guy is?
The guy from Game of Thrones?
That guy right there.
Oh, the black dude. That's the son of that idiot, right?
That's yes, he is. His name is Shay. Oh, what is his last name? I fucking hate this fucking browser. It really is a garbage fucking browser. Brave.
I like Brave. It's blocking all the annoying ads.
I do not, because I'm trying to open something and it won't let me open it. because it's overly protecting me, and I don't need their fucking protection. I have the best fucking antivirus shit going on mine. So you got a great cast. You got CCH Pounder in this, and David Stratham is the other guy that came back from the first Godzilla. He plays Admiral William Stintz in this. And then you got Shay Jackson Jr. And if you don't know who he is, that guy I have the camera on right here, that's Ice Cube's son. And in fact, he plays Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton. Yep, history shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. Go, go, Godzilla. This is where he figures it out. You can't fight this thing. He'll kill us all. Stop it. Turn your weapons off. And then open the shields. And so they do. And he saves the day.
It does seem kind of crazy, though. Open the shields to thing like that.
Who Shay was? Yeah, he couldn't save that fucking show. Nothing good. Well, good writers would have saved it. That dude's another great actor, the comedic character in this. Not listed on the main page, so nope. Yeah, he is Bradley Whitford. He was on a short-run television series that I really, really enjoyed. It was a cop show, and seemed like it was between 2007 and 2012. So I'll go look in that period. He's also in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I enjoyed before it went woke. He's also in a film my boss worked on, The Last Full Measure. Very good work on. He's in so much good shit. He was good in Alpha House. He was good in, yep, he was in Agent Carter's Marvel one-shot film as Agent Flynn. That was a good one. And he played Constable Pilner in Parks and Recreation, which was really good too. He's in 3 episodes of The Mentalist.
Oh, I like that show.
Oh, and he played Josh Lyman in a series that I did watch for 1 season, and he was really good in it, The West Wing. But it was just way too liberal for me. He was on Malcolm in the Middle, Frasier. God, he was in a lot of good stuff. He's got great comedic chops. He's the one who refers to King Ghidorah as the Three Stooges in the movie.
He has many names.
Well, he refers to the Three Stooges here, and it's a great line because when the actors that played the part of the heads of Ghidorah went with a Three Stooges style relationship, where one's kind of inquisitive and the other one is impulsive, and the middle one is the one that's always thinking and angry. He's always thinking and always angry.
And aggressive.
And he's always snapping at the others.
Well, especially at the curious one.
Yeah, stop that. Like when they're in the Arctic and they kill all those soldiers, the curious one is like licking up the dead bodies going, oh, these things are good. These are really good. You should try one. It's like, what the fuck? But this is where the dad's heart gets crushed when he learns not only that his wife is the person behind this bullshit and is part of it, that his daughter is also involved. that she's agreed to be going along with this shit.
They have not been kidnapped.
Yeah, and I remember I got emotional watching that because, as a dad, you see shit like that, and I think how heartbreaking that is.
That's funny, Snorty.
That show is so fucking funny. I love that show. I knew I was going to love that show near the end of the first pilot episode when he's standing in the kitchen pretty much naked, the dad, Hal, and he's standing on newspapers while his wife takes electric clippers and shaves his body hair as his kids right next to him are eating their fucking breakfast. I just went, this movie is insane.
Gambit.
So insane.
The Oktoberfest started 2 weeks ago. They had to put it on halt because shit was going on, so they had to close it down for like a day. But yeah, it started on September 20th.
Well, there's a lot of psychos over there right now. That worries me all the time. When you worked at that Christmas thing, I worried every fucking day about your safety. Because all it takes is a lapse of attention on your security guys. And next thing you know,
we had good security
off,
though.
Injuring and killing people. And
no, we had good security.
Fucking evil.
And there was a lot of talking amongst the merchants, and we agreed to not worry about a thing because if you start worrying, you cannot work that job.
You know, they think that they've done something good. The European people think that what they're doing is good. And what they have done is they have invited in military age single men from the Middle East. And the U.S. military can tell you, you're going to have a fucking problem because that's who we had a problem with. That was the insurgency. September 20th. I see. That's what Gambit said to you.
Yeah, you better believe me. I know my shit. I come from that business. And Bavaria is close to here, so.
We would say that she not only knows her shit, but she's a shit expert. Brian is celebrating Scotch Oktoberfest. Don't tell him it's not real. All right, we won't tell Brian.
No.
And by the way, D, Bud, it's good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. So all this shit goes down, and he learns that it's his wife doing all this shit, that she's using the orca as a weapon. And what sucks is she knows she's wrong. And as she's up there in that fucking Osprey, she turns on the orca to distract Gadira and keep it from killing her husband and give him a chance to escape. And I love the design of Gadira in this. That is your classic fucking ancient dragon from Asian culture. The box head, the big fucking brow, and the thin seahorse-like snout.
Well, it's a love child between the Asian dragon and the Greek hydra.
Right, I would say diddly 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 potato. By the way, my oldest boy Benjamin, his second middle name or first middle name is Brian, spelled with an O though, Brion.
That's a weird spelling.
Oh, like the actor Brian James?
Yes, he was named after Brian James. Because I knew Brian James. And he was, his name is Benjamin, named after Benjamin Hawkeye Pierce. And his middle names are Brian, spelled like Brian James. And his middle name is Benjamin Brian James Cassell. That's my oldest boy's name. But the James is not only also still a nod to Brian James, but it's also a nod to my childhood best friend. And it was my way of kind of getting an homage to two people in my life.
That's nice.
And it was the same damn day when Brian died. He started doing cocaine again. That wasn't in the news. That was not talked about. I didn't start talking about it. And I think I'm the first person to talk about that because I was aware of what killed him, why he had a heart attack. Because I knew his family. And his brother told me that, yeah, he thought he could control it.
You can never
that's
control
fucking
it.
heartbreaking, man. The damage was already done. And so he started doing cocaine again. And it caused that problem to rear up on his heart. And he had a massive coronary from the cocaine.
How old was he?
Not that old.
Late 40s, I think,
Yeah.
at the time. Let me look at it.
Wow.
And I'm the person who announced it to the world. I put the press release out to all the news agencies for the family.
Be back.
Okay. He was 54. I thought he was in his late 40s, but he's actually in his early 50s. Still young, man.
Still
Nobody
young,
should be dying
yeah.
in their 50s. Nobody. I don't like the people dying in their 60s. You know, you shouldn't be fucking facing death, natural death, until you're fucking over 75. And I got to be honest, 80. I don't know if I want to be 80.
I want you to be
I-
80.
My dad died at 75, and I'm like, that was a good age death. That was a good age death. I miss him though. I miss my dad terribly. When I get mad about something stupid he said, I want to call him up and say mean things to him. Or when something pops up, I want to discuss it with him. Either discuss it or debate it with him, because he was a great debater. That's where I got my debating from, Sam. My passion for debating. Oh man, I'm not dead. I thought I died. He probably should have died. No, not his cup of tea, my friend. That is not his genre. He knew and was friends with a lot of the guys over at Toho. I mean, he knew them. Yeah, this is the trouble they're having, understanding how she's the villain, because, you know, he points out she recruited pretty much everybody in this room, including you, you know, and it's like true.
What she didn't count on was on that guy being so morbid, I want to say, because he's like, yeah, humankind deserves to die. He's not about resetting and keeping them in bunkers until.
Well,
the
yeah,
Kaijus
he
have
is.
destroyed everything. He wants it all to end.
Anti-human life. He believes that humans deserve to be removed from this planet.
But she didn't know
considers
that.
us-
He kept
he
that
considers
from
us
her.
a disease. Yeah.
And
We're
when
a
he finally
disease.
tells her about that, she's shocked and wants to take everything back. And that's how her daughter knows how to fix this, because she hears it over the intercom and then just runs away to do it. Use the stadium to broadcast that sound. She's a good character. And I read that she's supposed to be 12 in this. I thought she was at least 14.
He looks 14.
Yeah, also in the next one, and that's not that far apart, she's driving.
Oh, wait, what? John Diddy Combs was sentenced to 4 years, 2 months. Yeah, that's not long enough for the shit he did. I agree.
Nope, I agree.
And by the way, the way they did her hair in this was intentional to help her and Millie Bobby Brown look similar. So you see her from side angles with the way her nose works. They have a very similar profile. So they actually really look like they could be mother and daughter.
The whole family works for me.
And
Look
I
at
got to
that,
tell you,
too.
man, I have always considered her just a beautiful woman right there. She has the prettiest eyes I've probably seen in a long time outside of my fiance.
Oh, gay.
You're gay.
No, you're gay.
No, you're gay. Joe Morton is too, by the way. A lot of people don't spot him. Great fucking actor. First thing I ever saw him in was the movie Brother from Another Planet. I love that movie. And then, of course, he was the main scientist in Terminator 2, who is shown where Skynet's going, and he helps them destroy Skynet.
Okay.
Good fucking actor. Yeah, they give him a device, a dead man switch, and he's sitting there and he's wounded, and the SWAT guys come up on him. They've got their weapons trained on him, and I can't remember, what does he say? Something like "run" or something like this, because he's dying and he knows he's dying. And once he stops holding this device up, it's going to collapse. It's going to go off and blow that building to shit. And that scene when he's like, ha, 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 ha. And then the hand drops and it explodes. Fucking good acting. I got to tell you, Aisha Hines, I'm not a fan of hers, but she's good in this. I think everybody, they got the best performances that this cast could fucking give in this movie. And yeah, Vera Farmiga is who I'm talking about, plays Dr. Russell. Well, Emma Russell, because there are two doctors, a husband and wife. And Ziyi Zhang is like really good, or Zhang. She plays Dr. Eileen Chin and Dr. Ling. And
They just don't do anything with her character. She's
Nope.
completely pointless.
and
Just
she's another one. I
explaining
think
bits
she's
here and there.
gorgeous, and I love her in the Asian cinema that she has done over the years.
Hi, Reed.
She was the kind of the semi-villain in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but she's also in another film I like called House of Flying Daggers. Memoirs of a Geisha is actually a really good movie. Look and see if there's anything of hers that I should mention. Oh, she's in that. I didn't like the movie, The Cloverfield Paradox. It was a Netflix sci-fi film that I thought was not very good. Yeah, a lot of films I don't know. Oh, I didn't know this. In the 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film, it's not very good, but I've watched it and I had fun. But I did not like their version of what's her name?
I don't know
The
the movie, I'm
reporter.
sorry.
The TV reporter, April O'Neil. It was played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. The CG animated film. But it was fun. And she played, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Karai? Karai? Karai. Then she did that movie I mentioned, Memoirs of a Geisha. I love that movie. House of Flying Daggers, love that film. Did not see any of these. See that. Oh, that's right. She's in Rush Hour 2. She plays I think she's the sister of the character, one of the main characters in the story, and then of course Chris Tucker, I think, falls in love with her. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's in that one. Yeah. I got to tell you, man, I didn't like it when it first started, because I didn't like it being contemporary. But I stuck around for that first season and fell in love with that fucking show. Bates Motel. Like Norman Bates before he became Norman Bates. Psycho.
Okay.
Oh man, Rodan is so cool in this. Yeah, one of the best action scenes is his fight in the air against all those jet fighters and the bomber. Knocked the shit out of some of the Osprey too. It's sort of like, and we're going to be doing this on Monday, Kong Skull Island, man. He fucked up those helicopters, man.
Oh, yeah. They were like mosquitoes to him. Like, fuck off. You're annoying.
The funny part was that the commander, what is his name? Samuel L. Jackson, just cannot understand that he was defending himself. You drew first blood. This is a great shot because that is an actor on a weapon firing at what he's supposed to be shooting at. This is before they started really using the round, even though it did exist at this time. I feel they should have used the round for some of those scenes because my God, when he's firing that gun at that fucking head of Rodan, holy shit, he nailed the fucking hell out of it. And it looks so real. And this is where he says Monster Zero, 60 seconds. And so they did a great job of using all the different names for Ghidorah in one movie.
He Who Is Many. I like that one.
Kurt Russell's character Cash is angry that he is forced to deal with this illegal limey immigrant jerk-off rather than an American jerk-off.
What is he talking about?
I'm looking through all of his comments. Tango and Cash. I do like Tango and Cash. Yeah, Brian James. Yeah. Brian James is the line. I think he's supposed to be Australian. And Kurt Russell just doesn't fucking like him. Calls him he calls him a limey immigrant jerk off. But I don't think he's English. I think he's supposed to be Australian.
He probably can't tell the difference.
Oh my God, that line from Chandler. Oh my God, I fucking love that character. I was so angry when they killed him. And it's such a fucking wasted death when he gets killed.
Yeah, and we'll do that on Monday.
He looks through the window
and goes,
here. Is that a monkey?
It is funny though when they talk about, we've just been attacked by a monkey that's tall like a building.
Yeah, 5-story tall building.
I would say even higher. But
yeah,
I need to watch that series too.
Monarch is from Apple TV. And again, right in the middle of the series, he got woke for some reason. This is what really stupid DEI. But there's important stuff in the episode, so I fast forward through the DEI stuff to get to the important shit. And I got to tell you, 2 bad episodes, and then it goes back to good again. It starts out good, gets a little woke, and then goes good again. And that's my description of that show. And it was really good.
That is doable. If it doesn't stay woke.
Yeah, I was ready. I bowed out. I didn't want to do it anymore. And then somebody says, no, dude, it's back. This is a good episode. I went, oh, man, I don't want to go fucking find out. And then I went, oh, crap. It was good. Holy shit. All right, it's back. And it stays back until the end.
So at least they learned something.
Yeah, I love these scenes, man. Because you get to see military personnel working directly with these science people from Monarch, these researchers. I'm right there with you, Popcorn. I'm looking forward to season 2. And I told her as soon as we finish the last movie, Godzilla X Kong, we will start watching Monarch. It just poured me some water. Is it supposed to be that color? Is that normal? It's coffee. It's got residue
know.
left over from my previous coffee.
I know.
I'm fully aware. Yeah, I love it when he knows that's Godzilla. The minute he sees him on the radar. Hey guys. Bloop. Bloop.
I'm still not clear as on how are they getting the vital signs of the Titans, because he's not the only one.
I'm assuming they just have sensors that read that shit.
I don't know. She doesn't really explain that, or the scientists. They just say she managed to get his vital signs. Deepot wants to know, where did you pour it from?
Where do I what?
The water you just poured. Where did you get it?
The water's
old rusty
clear.
well in the
I just-
yard.
Yeah, I get it from the hose out back. Yeah, it's like I pour it from here. I got a big old jug of water. I always have water around me because I got to stay hydrated with for good health. I want good health.
Yeah, also doing these shows, you talk all the time. I'm drinking so much in these 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm a nervous drinker. And people think, oh, I'm comfortable doing this. I'm very uncomfortable doing what we do on the show. It is not first nature. But I find drinking helps keep me relaxed.
It also helps that we're talking about shit that we love.
Yeah.
That was got me into
I
doing
just,
it, because I never wanted to do this.
I always learned to just picture the audience naked. I don't know what it does, but I just picture all of you naked. Nothing. Not going to say anything.
I just had a flashback to university when I was so nervous going into my first exam when I studied musicology. And my dad told me, just picture the professor naked. And the professor was like 98 years old. And I was like, ew, no, I'm not going to do that.
No. Please no.
Both my mom and my
Why'd you put that in my head?
School.
Now it's in my head.
I forgot the professor's name, and I told my dad, you know that he's the one examining. And it was, maybe not the best idea.
Hey, man, I fucking had a kidney stone because I fucked up once and took a supplement that had calcium, a lot of calcium in it. And oh my fucking God, I learned not to do that because men don't need to get supplements for calcium. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, I got me some kidney stones on that one and it hurt. In fact, I have said I've been shot and stabbed, and it was the single worst pain I've ever felt having a kidney stone.
I've heard women say it's as bad as giving
Gary
birth.
needs to get a beer hat for his water. Yeah, the one with the double beer on each side, and drink. You get straws coming down.
Just make sure you get one that says Duff beer.
Duff. They sell them. You can actually get those.
Hello?
Monkey hides his eyes. There's nothing like a drunk stream and a drunk karaoke. Oh, I agree. So here she delivers all this information about the twins, and it goes nowhere.
Because she's just stating that she's third generation monarch. And then she shows the pictures,
twin.
And then on we move. Yeah.
And a twin.
And you see it runs in the family. Because her mom's a twin and her grandma is. But they throw that information in and do nothing with it. They just move on.
Too late, Snort. I pictured the audience naked. I apologize in advance for what you may be seeing. Cash can't tell the difference because he's too egocentric with fashion. I've had stones twice. Once was enough for me, brother. Once. I don't ever want to feel that again. It was that kind of stabby, fucking constant pain. It was unrelenting. And it felt like it's in your back. And nothing I could do, no position I could get in that would stop it. And I didn't sleep for 2 days over it. It was so bad. And boy, when I went to the hospital, I finally went to the ER over it. But they said, you passed it. That's pretty much what you were feeling. Is it ripping through your kidney?
Yeah,
it's on
like
my
I said,
left side.
I've met women who had them and had children and said the pain level is the same as giving birth. That's how
I
bad it
just
is.
talked about Jim Mitchum. Yeah, I've heard that too. Jim Mitchum, I just talked to you about him, Anima, that when he did that interview, right after he did that film with John Wayne, I don't know if it was the Sons of Katie Elver or which one it was, but he did an interview in California for a magazine. And in it, he said something that pissed John Wayne off personally. He considered it a dig at him personally. And he cut Jim Mitchum off and did not work with it. He was basically mentoring him and would not return his phone calls, just was so fucking hurt and felt betrayed by what he did. And Jim Mitchum said the worst thing, and this was said not that long ago in an interview, he was talking about it, that his greatest regret was not getting John's forgiveness before he died. He just wanted his forgiveness. It's all he wanted. Please forgive me for what I did. I'm so sorry. And never got to do it. And it's sad. I'm a big fan of Jim Mitchum. I thought he was a good actor. We just saw him in a Magnum PI episode.
That's just it, Reed. They are not even really hinting at it. It just goes right.
No, they
over
left
the
all the
viewer's head.
mystical
They
shit
do
out.
nothing
Gone.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a mysticist, but she doesn't deliver that information at all.
Toxic Tuesday got me through the second time. I actually laughed the pain away. That's a good way to do it. It does increase your endorphins, man. I recently saw an interview with Jim Mitchum on TCM, and that might be the interview because it was recent when he said that about John Wayne, that it was his greatest fucking regret. It was either on TCM or that Western YouTube channel, and which I really like. I watch a lot of their interviews, and he's been on there a few times.
Unfinished look? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's that thing that you get with video. I know what you're talking about, Gambit. I love film. Film has grain. Oh man. Yeah, Deadwood. Jim's father, Robert, was a great matter-of-fact actor. He appeared in movies including Charles Lawton's Night of the Hunter. Hampton Fancher wanted him as Rick Decker. Yeah, because he was known for that, but he was too old, man. He was too long in the tooth by Blade Runner. Because he was in that last Philip Marlowe movie. He was too old for that. He did 2 70s Philip Marlowe films. The first one absolutely works. The second one did not work. It's like in the 70s, the mid 70s, late 70s, he suddenly aged like a decade in just a handful of years.
That is so sad. Like they look really young, and all of a sudden they're like 20 years older.
You can tell right there that that's Ice Cube's son. And yes, they want to bring him back from the dead. They're going to basically because he still has a heartbeat. So what can you do if there's still a thready heartbeat? You can defibrillate them, especially if the heart is in fibrillation, which is what he is in. I have that, Winds of War. And I love that series, but he was way too old for Deckard. I loved Paris Booth. Another thing I loved was Stacy Keach as Mike Hammer. I thought both of those actors did a good job as those titular detectives. Yeah, as I recall, by the way, because he quit acting right around in the early 1990s, Jim Mitchum, and he turned to working behind the camera, which is something that happens quite often with actors.
I don't blame them.
I dislike that film, even though I want to like it. But I thought the casting of Juliette Lewis as the daughter, I can't remember the daughter's name. She was too old looking. She looked like she was in her 20s, playing a girl that's supposed to be 14, between 14 and 15. She's like middle school to first year of high school age. And that scene when De Niro's like puts his hand under her chin and starts doing this shit with her lips was so fucking disturbing because she's kind of getting into it and smiling, and I'm like, yeah, you misunderstood something from the original story, that she's uncomfortable. That's what you forgot. He's terrified of him. It was the Scottish guy they killed the last film and bugged me. They killed off. I like that character and actor. I'm not remembering who it is right now. I'll figure it out later, Reed. That was funny. Roles reversed in the movie about the ratios. He said, I don't know to search him or read him. I love the 1991 film. It's got some really good stuff in it, and I think that Cates is a scary fucking character. But I gotta be honest, Mitchum was scarier in the original film. He was fucking horrifying. Mitchum embraced darkness. And by the way, I like reading about other people with eidetic memory, which I have. I have a form of it that when I see something, it's a visual form. I will never forget that I saw that. And I will remember exactly where it was, how it looked. Like when I would take tests, I didn't see the information in my head. I saw the information on the book page that I got the information from, where it was on the page, what was with it. It's like it's a visual thing. He had something akin to that was far more stronger than mine. He had instant memory, that he would read a script one time and had it fully memorized, including everybody else's dialogue. That's crazy shit. Robert Mitchum, man. By the way, it looks like Gilligan has slipped in. What's up, Gilligan? You know what that joke's about? It's that shirt. What is that? What does it say on it?
UCM.
UCM.
UCM, University of Central Missouri, where I work.
Oh.
See?
Now I can see it.
Other side, yeah. That's wherever it is.
Hey, Stream Elements, thanks for telling everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Man, I love Stream Elements. They're there for me all the time. Yeah, I remember when he died, the last thing he did was the narration for Tombstone. I love that he says Los Angeles at the end. I enjoyed Winds of War. Yeah, I've got both miniseries that he was in. Hold on, I'll pull them up. Yeah, here we go. This is when Ken Watanabe has to deliver the nuclear device. The one-way trip, pal. Yeah, I have Winds of War and the second series, War and Remembrance.
Both good books by Herman
Wouk.
Wouk. Yeah, however you say it.
Yeah, tomatoes, I get you. I've always pronounced it Wouk, but I've heard other people say Wouk. I enjoyed Winds of War, although I admit the storyline Aaron Jastrow passing up so many chances to be saved was getting on my nerves. Anytime that happens, I get you. Oh, wait. The 1978 film, Farewell, My Lady, is good, but it does give one pure inkling that any other actor could have played Marlowe. But that film is good, but it's the next one that he did, which was a remake of the Bogart film, or readaptation of the film Bogart made back in the 40s. And I really liked the Bogart film, did not like the one with him. They made it modern. The 1978 film was actually a period piece, and then he turns right around and does a modern Marlowe film. And he's too old, too long in the tooth. Oh, wait, who are we talking about? Mitch about that? I'm not seeing what you're talking about. This is a completely non sequitur statement to us, so I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Are we talking about Mitchum? Yeah, I love Stacy Keach's Mike Hammer. And do you know about him throwing that axe? Yeah, dude, yeah. Watanabe did a series in Japan where he was a doctor and an assassin. Tinchu on the PS2 directly based on one of their playable characters. Oh, that's cool. Cape Fear 91 was a remake of the 62 pulp noir thriller. Yep. And it got at least two of the members of the cast back being it. They had Mitchum and Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck, one of them played a judge. I can't remember which one it was. I don't know what to say to that, E. Clay Thomason. I'm waiting for the hammer to drop to tell us why. Yeah, the big sleep. By the way, I liked Watanabe's remake of Unforgiven. It kind of misses something at the end, but I still enjoyed it. The difference being that he gets killed at the end of Unforgiven, whereas Penny survives the movie. Was it Penny? Money. Money was his last name. Money.
I like the way he dies in this one. This is almost a religious experience for him.
Just going into those temples and seeing them so close is part of that religious experience for him. This is what he's researched his whole life, and they found this thing.
And he destroys him.
And he calls him old friend. He doesn't destroy him, he revives him.
No, he destroys the temple.
Oh, yeah, with the nuclear blast.
Explosion there. There is no more
the
temple.
temple is gone, but it's needed to restart Godzilla. and boost him up a little bit because he looks badass after that.
Well, he's so over nuclearized that
he's on speed,
on the verge of exploding. It wouldn't kill him, but it would kill everybody else around him.
I mean, anime is going so romantic about it. Oh, and Godzilla sees him, and he knows that people are good. I just see that the guy telling him, "Yeah, goodbye, old friend Godzilla," thinking, "Who is this DoorDash guy?"
Oh, Gregory Peck? Wait a minute.
Yeah, but in the next moment, he's back and stronger than ever and bigger than ever. And it works the same way in Kong when he sees that girl trying to lift the helicopter off that cow, whatever it is, thing. And Kong realizes she's good.
It's an actual buffalo, is really what it is. But that is their version of a cow on that island.
It's a Cape buffalo. That's what species
it's a Cape buffalo. Yeah, because people call bison buffalo, and they're not really.
No, they're bison.
In the U.S. It's bison.
I know
But if you want buffalo, you got to go to Asia and parts of Africa to find them. I like the story of Richard getting the call from Clint for his role because Eastwood interrupted Harris watching Josie Wells, I think it was. These are like non sequitur statements. I'm missing something.
I think they're having their
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Because some of them haven't seen the movie, like Tom. So yeah, they're having their own thing. Look at that. Look at his back. That looks awesome.
The spines on him.
Yeah.
They're so fucking cool looking.
He's swole now.
Well, the other part, yeah, because basically when he was atomicized, or nuclearized, he became a little more svelte, less chubby. But I like the build because he's more like the classic Godzilla than what they had in Gareth Edwards' film. Gareth Edwards' film, he had elephant feet, and he was fat as fuck. And
he was out of shape. He hasn't moved in eons.
Yeah, it's blubber that he's been storing up. Atomic blubber. Anyway, so this film, he becomes, again, this was something requested by fans to make that change, and they responded by doing it. Almost everything they're asked that I'm aware of, everything that was asked of them, they did. And still people bitch about the movie. I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do for you guys. I enjoy them. To me, they are connected directly to Toho because Toho recognized these films. Not the 97 film, but they recognized this franchise as part
99.
Of their continuity.
98. Yeah. I don't even want to acknowledge its existence.
Well, but they used Zilla. They made Godzilla kill him with one punch. Well, with one whip of a tail.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're using Zilla in the movie, they are recognizing it.
Yeah. But that's not Godzilla.
No.
If they're
oh my God! Look at that.
And in the first Japanese movie after that Godzilla 98, one of the characters says the American thought that was Godzilla. So the animal, the Kaiju is recognized, but it's not Godzilla. Oh my God, nuclear.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank God he didn't get the zombie look on his face. Here we go. So, Cape Fear, yeah, Mitchum got arrested, and not only was he arrested, he was on a fucking chain gang. That's a fact. I've read his biography, man. It's an incredible story, that fucking guy. And when he got busted for marijuana in Hollywood, he didn't give a fucking shit. People were making a big deal out of it, and he didn't care. He went on about his business, making movies. I love the lightning effects in this movie from Ghidorah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was absolutely satisfied with this movie. I had so many problems with Godzilla from 14, But my goodness, 5 years they planned this shit out, listened to the fans, and made a film that should have been accepted by the fans because it was accepted by Toho. And also, I love the way they figured out how to create a new version of his roar that still sounds like the old roar, but it's new. And I just love what they did.
They spent a lot of time on developing it.
I get what Gareth Edwards was trying to do. He was trying to make a horror movie. So, he was taking his cues from Jaws. Not showing the monster.
Huge mistake.
Yeah, well, he was, he misunderstood the audience is what the big deal was.
Well, not only that, he rejected the idea of catering to them. He wanted to make his film his way. And that's why he wasn't invited back, because he was so resolute on everything. They did a version of the previous American Godzilla in one of the later Toho productions. Really? Which version?
Yeah, they did. It was the one the year after or the 2 years after. Was it
Godzilla 2000?
No. That was actually further than that. There was one that had, it was the Heisei era, the Millennium era. And it was the Millennium era version of Destroy All Monsters. All Monsters Attack. GMK All Monsters Attack. Was it Final Wars? I thought it was GMK.
Well, Final Wars, we talked about it earlier, and I liked that film. And I didn't feel like it was a remake of the 98 film. Or am I wrong?
No. It wasn't a remake. Final Wars was... It was supposed to be the end of Godzilla because Toho was going to retire him.
Yeah, and that's what we were kind of expecting. And then instead, we saw some more being made. And they went all the way up to 2006, and then they stopped. And was it 2004 or 2006? Which one was it? It was either 2004 or 2006, the last Godzilla movie they made at Toho for a while. And then the next film they made was 2016 with Shin Godzilla.
Yep.
Which I had all kinds of fucking problems with. I did not like that movie. Loved Shin Ultraman. Did not like Shin Godzilla.
Also, was 2004 with Godzilla Final Wars.
Yeah. That was it then. Yeah. I knew it was 2004 or 2006. And then 10 years later, Godzilla was revived by the US in 2014. And then in 2016, they did Shin Godzilla. And then in 2021 or 2020, they released this film. 2019.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, they released the only 3 animated Godzilla movies that were a trilogy.
Yeah,
which I didn't like.
Yeah, the anime was.
They didn't like the American Godzilla from '98, but they love this series. This franchise.
There's also a Godzilla anime series that they did.
I saw that on Netflix. It was pretty good. It was weird.
Singular Point.
Yeah, Singular Point. Yep. And then, of course, is the -1, which is probably the best thing Toho's done Godzilla-wise since, in my opinion, since Destroy All Monsters, because that's my favorite. But no, it's it really is probably up there with the second or the first Godzilla movie, easily. Especially -1 minus color.
I love -1. That was a perfect film. I'm looking at all the monsters, and
I watch it in black and white, though.
There it is. It's you see the Godzilla from the American film in the movie, and he kicks the shit out of it. I remember that now. I love the fucking poster for Final Wars. one of my favorite movie posters.
Oh, I just got this the other day.
Nice. What was the one with the really long title?
Well, I mean, it's GMK All Monsters Attack is actually Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, All Monsters Attack. Giant monsters all out attack. Yeah, but I was missing a 1080p copy of those two. So
Oh, congratulations then.
They opened up official Godzilla page. Look some stuff up. Yeah, Godzilla Tokyo SOS. I like that movie.
yeah.
Godzilla against Mechagodzilla was a lot of fun to see them redesign Mechagodzilla and bring him back. Final Wars, I fucking love that one.
Yeah, but I gotta. It's cool.
Here it is from 2001. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. That's the one with the longest fucking title.
Yeah, that's the one I was just holding up.
Yeah, that's show it again. Yeah, put it over your face. There you go. Yeah, that's good shit right there.
Yep.
Dude, the way you butcher King Ghidorah, it almost sounds like Pingadera.
Yeah, I prefer the original Japanese film rather than the one released by American International. The one that has Raymond Burr in it.
Yeah,
I also prefer the Godzilla 1984 Japanese version over, again, the American version that once again brought Raymond Burr back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I got a way to go, Gary, from Area Ballet.
Now, see, I've got a soft spot for the original Showa era Mechagodzilla.
Well, that's the first one.
Yeah.
And it's
as cool as Millennium, or as cool as Millennium Era is, it's not as it's still, both of them are still better than the one that they made for Godzilla vs. Kong, but I do like the story behind how they made it more than just making it's just a robotic Godzilla. It's actually made out of one of King Ghidorah's skulls.
Yep.
Yeah, and they didn't really explain that in this movie.
It is kind of explained. You hear them say it, where it came from. And it's actually King Ghidorah that took it over. And I think it topped that guy that was in there, killed him.
Yep. The because if you remember right, in this final battle, he bites off one of the heads. And then in the next movie, you see them buying Ghidorah parts.
I loved that you've got it in his mouth. I'm like, is he going to swallow it? Because it looks like he's like trying to. And instead, he gets his atomic breath once he gets it so far into his mouth and just fires right through the head. And I'm like, that was fucking cool. Her death is like one of the most wasteful things, because I said at any point when she was driving away from them, once she got a few blocks, throw the fucking device out the fucking window and keep going.
It's a stupid death.
Yeah, it's like her death was just like she did not have to die. If I was a writer, she would have survived because she would have thrown it out the fucking window.
Maybe
She's
they
trying,
figured because she fucked up so badly, she wants to sacrifice herself.
which is dumb.
Is it the
It
is it
is.
the is it the end is it the end of this? Is that the I couldn't remember if it was the opening of the next movie or if it was the end of this one. The
end of this one.
extra. Okay.
Well, what? I didn't catch what you were talking about.
What Charles Dance buying Ghidorah parts?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Next movie, and then he gets smoked in the second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, Ghidorah, they learn that thing's not from Earth. It's an invasive species,
Yeah.
and it's dangerous to all life on Earth. It being here, and it's not even totally sure with the Showa era whether he was from Venus or if he too was an invasive species when he killed all the Venusians. And I've always loved the Ghidorah character monster. I fucking love it.
Well, the really stupid one is when they made them out of the three. They went back in time to when Godzilla was created, to the atomic explosion that created Godzilla, and replaced
That
him
wasn't
with
Showa.
Ghidorah.
That was
That was Heisei.
in the Heisei era. Yeah, he's just a destructive force. Exactly. Now I love all this shit at the end. This is so cool. I'm telling Anima, you got to watch all this shit because there's information being given to you, and that so much cool shit.
Oh yeah,
Ancient artwork right there. That's Japanese, showing a dragon.
Uruchi.
Vera. Which had a similar style
I
of
always
dragon
liked
with
the
the
behemoth.
Chinese.
Always liked the behemoth.
Yeah, behemoth is a giant fucking
mammoth.
Mammoth. It's got this little giant body that goes up and a little tiny head and giant tusks.
Yep.
It's fucking cool as shit. My hope was that she somehow survived at the end, the Farmiga character, because
No.
her death is so pointless.
Dude, after the heat wave that Godzilla sent away, no, she's dead.
Maybe she gets turned into a kaiju. When I was a kid, I was excited being Power Ranger fan to see Mecha Godzilla. I can see where Super Sentai got the Caesar Dragon Zord inspiration. Yeah, but if you want to see the inspiration for the Power Rangers, you got to go back and watch Ultraman, 1966. And there's the actor that played the Godzilla for all those years. They did a little homage to him.
Yep.
No, man, she survived. Fuck you.
I always liked King Kaiser. I always thought he was a good monster. I mean, they won't bring him back for. I don't think MonsterVerse will bring him, but I always thought the use of the food dog was really good.
Yeah, I like that too.
The bacon is spicy.
Yeah, here's the poster. I want to show the poster that was my favorite because it reminded me of the Empire Strikes Back post. One of the Empire Strikes Back posters. Let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. All right. And here you go.
Yeah, that's That's a good one for Final Wars.
Fucking love that. And it absolutely, and you know what I'm talking about, reminds me of that one specific Empire Strikes Back poster. Let me see if I can find it. Empire Strikes Back poster. And images. Giggity giggity. Giggity giggity. Giggity giggity. Let's see if I can find it. So many Empire Strikes Back posters. People have no idea how many artists got commissioned. And after they were all commissioned, he selected which ones would be used and where. Nope, that's not the one.
Ariel, because once you kill it, it loses its regeneration abilities.
Oh, Ghidorah, because
Yeah.
you have to destroy all parts. Nothing can be left to regrow. That's why
Well, she's wondering why didn't it regrow from the head? Well, first of all, it's not going to instantly regrow. It's going to take
time.
Decades upon decades.
That head was decomposing at the end. It had flies and shit around it. That head was dead.
The head was dead.
Yes.
It was a dead head.
Yes.
So is it like dead as in deceased or just a big fan of the Grateful Dead?
Well, definitely dead. Not mostly dead.
I give up. Brave is the single worst search engine ever. I swear to God. I hate doing this, but I got to go to Google.
No, it's the spirit of Ghidorah, but Ghidorah is not coming back.
As you know, even Boris Vallejo did an Empire Strikes Back poster.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Read.
Not a fan of Boris Vallejo. I've had many people get angry at me for saying that. No, look, man, Frazetta kicked his fucking ass.
Yeah, Reed, that would actually make more sense. That it's the body that regenerates, not a single head.
I have another theory.
It's like a lizard will grow its tail back, but if you take its tail, the tail doesn't grow another lizard.
I think it's the central head. Because remember, when Godzilla is jumping on it, that head is still alive.
Yeah.
And it's screaming and shit.
Yeah, but the look of Godzilla's face, it doesn't taste too good.
Hey, Gambit, you're a little late to the party. It's Doctor Who's been woke. For
Doctor Who is woke? When did that happen?
Started with Capaldi, to be honest.
Yeah, at the end of Capaldi.
The writing of Capaldi and the way that they dishonored his performance, because he was great. In my opinion, he was a very good Doctor Who.
Yeah, he was a good doctor. I always liked him. He has the best entrance of any doctor in the ever. Yeah,
and I really do love when he describes his angry eyebrows. I fucking just laugh my ass off at that shit. With my angry eyebrows. All right, so that poster kind of reminds me of this one. That screen, share screen, and this one. So that one reminds me of this one.
Yeah, I could see the.
But there was a version of this, I swear to God, that had Bespin on it too, and I was looking for it, couldn't find it, just this one. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Maybe that's me doing shit in my head.
Yeah, with you have Bespin and Luke on the Tauntaun in the first plane.
Yeah, but it was blue. It was surrounded by blue. And I could not find that one. I looked for every poster. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Maybe it's just my imagination. Running away with me. It's just my imagination running away with me. So I had hoped that Mothra would be back and that the twins would return. And I don't think we saw any more of them.
Nope.
And that was it.
I don't know if you saw my post. You saw my statement in the chat. They did not do justice to the twins.
No, you and I talked about this also in our group chat. I said they completely wasted having them in there. Like, why are they there? And why aren't they showing them? They're talking about them, not showing them, reference to the history, and then not doing anything with it. And I'm like, that was...
They only show the family photo. So, and I, as a first-time viewer with no kaiju knowledge or next to none, I go like, okay, so she's third generation monarch and twins run in the family. That's the information I get from it. There's nothing about the connection they have to the kaiju. None. It's stupid.
And so let's go to, we're going to be talking about it Saturday. We're going to do Godzilla versus Kong. And we're going to talk about the letdowns with that one, even though I did enjoy it. It's such an enjoyable film. It's fun. But they cut out close to an hour from the film. And what I understand is that there was enough footage shot that could be edited together to make a 5-hour movie. And his final edit was him getting pushed by the studio to shorten the film. And so they said, leave the kaiju fighting in, take out the human drama. So you get these setups in the film for stuff to happen that doesn't go anywhere. And that was...
They could have released a longer version, though. Why didn't they do that? If they have
they didn't? We expected that.
Yeah.
No, we expected that. Like, I remember talking at the time going, man, I look forward to when they release this on Blu-ray and DVD and put out the fucking longer cut. Unedited or an unrated cut of the film. And never happened. And we don't know why it didn't happen. No answers. Good luck finding answers on that. I find it interesting because, like, you are John. I'm talking to you, buddy.
Yeah,
you
I'm listening.
are like my World of Warcraft buddies that know way more than I'll ever know. I'm like a surface fan, but not like superficial. I'm saying surface fan, meaning I know a lot of shit about, especially the Showa era. And I did watch all of the Godzilla movies. I've seen them all more than once. I own a lot of them. And I love the things in it, but I never got into the lore and stuff. And that's that World of Warcraft kind of shit that I'm talking about. That, I can sit there with you and you'll start talking circles around me. And then I'm like, I like Godzilla. I feel like a fucking social retard. So, John, you're a Godzilla fan. Why do people who watch Godzilla movies don't understand that the human element has always been a part of it? Yes.
Yes, it has, but there's got to be there's a balance to it. You've got to have a balance between the kaiju.
Well, I felt this movie had that balance.
Yeah.
Because I love the way it went back, because there's a lot of fucking action in this. A lot of shit going on. And Godzilla's right at the center of a lot of it. Even when he's not there, he's there. And I like that. What I have a problem with is the next film where they focus more on the comedy.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. And I will stand by this, Ariel. I will say that the best of this franchise, number one, is this film.
Yep.
Number two is Kong Skull Island. Number three is Godzilla for me.
Yeah.
And then the Kong Godzilla versus Kong, and then Godzilla X Kong.
And then
Attack All Monsters. Is that it, or what?
No.
The New Empire.
The New Empire. Godzilla X
I
Kong,
hate that
the New
title.
Empire.
Fucking hate that title.
Well, that's because they introduced the whole thing about the Kongs back, family.
Well, you got Scar,
forward. Yeah,
too, and you got Scar down there, and he's the usurper king.
Yeah,
and he's like part chimpanzee and orangutan. He's like bizarre looking, and because he's got like fur like an orangutan, but when you see him stand up straight, he has the body of a chimpanzee. And he's dangerous in a fight. And we get to see another creature that just reminds me of a baby Godzilla in that movie, too. They couldn't use Frozen Empire because Ghostbusters Frozen Empire already took it. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I remember reading about that because of the Ghostbusters film, they had to rename the movie. I remember reading that. This movie is the best Godzilla movie of this franchise. Yeah.
Of this franchise.
I'm not talking about all Godzilla films. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm talking about this franchise, and I'm only naming films from this franchise. I just named them in order.
Yep.
So it's not like I fucking slipped up somewhere. You should have fucking gotten that from the way I described the films. I named all of the films in order of this franchise, the Monsterverse. So that's on you, Tom. Learn English, motherfucker. And I'm teasing you, buddy. Don't. I'm not really being mean to you.
Yeah, don't learn English.
Yeah, fuck English. It's a bastard language. English. Adam and I talk about this all the time. How many words come from the Germanic language and the Latin languages into English? And if you went back to like the 11th century or before that and tried to understand people, you wouldn't know what the fuck they're saying in English. You have no clue. Like, what?
Because the mom believed that the Titans were the rightful heirs of the world. And humans had screwed up.
She didn't mean, she thought that they would help us.
Yeah.
While the villain of the film, played by Lannister, Daddy Lannister.
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance, what a great fucking actor that guy is. And
always playing villains in things.
He's good at it, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's played good guys, too, in films. Like Alien to the Third Power.
Alien 3.
Not Alien 3. The 3 is at the top.
Alien Cube.
Alien Cube. Yeah. And it's a fucking ridiculous title. But anyway, he's a good guy in that one.
Yeah.
But he played a character in a TV film and then did Golden Child. And he just has a fucking knack for fucking slimy evil.
Numsy.
Well,
Okay.
Emma's big fuck up in this movie is that she really believed she could release them one by one, kind of in control of the situation. And then Ghidorah takes over and just releases them all at the same time. That's when she realizes this plan was never
Because
going to work.
the thing is, she noticed that wherever a kaiju passes, there is a resurgence of nature when the kaiju pass. So she wanted to direct wake them up one for one and direct them for a specific path to regenerate the nature.
Destroy a city, and then nature claims it back.
Yeah.
They show pictures of cities where trees are growing in the streets and shit. And she really thought that would be possible. And humans surviving in bunkers, that sounds like Fallout. Which
you brought that up
very
while we were
familiar
watching.
with because he's been playing that game for ages.
Yeah, their plan sounds like Fallout.
Well,
you said that while we were watching the movie. I like
Air
that.
plan. Charles Dance had no plan. He said, "Oh, the plan changed. I like it. I'm okay with whatever happens."
I need to address some stuff here. This poster is the other poster I really like from Empire that it reminds me of. This is the other one. I love that poster. It reminds me of the Final Wars poster. And then Tom's response to me saying what I said is, okay, Gary woke the Grinch in me. It's been dormant and Gary woke him up. Oh God, he's a kaiju. She needed to die, and English chases other languages down dark alleys to beat them unconscious and rifle through their buckets. Yeah, there you go.
The 3 anime movies that are on Netflix, they're not really a continuation, but they take some of the ideas of what Charles Dance was trying to do, and where it's a future where Godzilla has just run rampant, and he's this huge, massive Godzilla.
Yeah, I didn't like those movies.
The first one, as I recall, was Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, which I thought was okay. Then Godzilla the Planet Eater in 2018, and Godzilla City on the Edge of Forever the same year. I love the animation in that one. That's the one I like the most of the 3. But I did like Godzilla Planet of Monsters for the sci-fi elements.
Yeah.
And
they became so esoteric, too esoteric.
Yeah, and we get to meet King Ghidorah with the Planet Eater one. It was really good. There was another one. There was another animated Japanese produced one that I saw where Godzilla is like hardly in it, but it's the Godzilla universe, and it's about the robot. And I forget the guy that puts the suit on to control the robot, and I can't remember what that.
Talking about Jaguar?
Yeah, Jaguar. Yeah. And that was an animated series. I actually fucking enjoyed that one.
At a Singular Point.
And Singular Point. So we've seen some good stuff. But before we go, because I'm probably going to get claimed later and I got to delete it, I wanted you to hear this band's interpretation of this song of Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult, which is like one of my favorite rock songs of all time. So this band, the Whistlers, did a cover of it that's it's synthy, but it's still got the heart of the song. See what you think of it, John. What'd you think of this? Kind of funky.
That's interesting, yeah.
I liked it. I'm sure we'll get claimed on it, even though I did give them credit in the video description, and I put it out there in the chat. Just loved it. I really liked what they did there. They got the feel of it, and it's funky, and it's got a little soul to it. I love the fucking, instead of loud guitar, you got that fucking flute, man. Jazz flute. So, anyway, that's it, guys.
Wait.
Any last thoughts, John, before we go?
I'm sharing something. There's a little known series that I was going to introduce you to called Godzilla Island.
I've seen that one.
Yeah,
and yeah,
not many people have.
That up again. Let's see, Godzilla Island. I'm going to add it back to my watch list.
It's hard.
I've got a lot of anime friends. You know that, like,
yeah,
that they find out what it is that I like, and they start throwing. Shinatsky's one of them. And he may very well be the one that recommended that to me.
Yeah, there's also a called Zone Fighter that kind of predates. Came out. So it doesn't predate, but it uses like a knockoff Godzilla and a knockoff Ultraman.
Okay, I found a series called Godzilla Island. It's Godzilla
Yeah, that's
Island.
it. Yeah, it's Godzilla Island.
All right, I'm adding it. And I think this is the one that he suggested to me. It was either him or Brandon. Because as you guys know, I'm close friends with Brandon, the anime guy.
Yeah.
And he's always, he and Shinatsky are the two that throw anime at me left and right. I'm like, always like I don't show it to Anima, ironically, who's not a fan of anime.
Not at all. And did you just have to think about my name? You sucker.
No, I immediately thought about how you don't like it.
Mm.
And so I thought it's funny.
I'm
talking about anime and your name is Anima, and I thought that was funny. And so I had to make a comment about that. Animes. That Anima is not a fan of anime.
I wasn't into animated stuff at
Anima
all
has
until you showed me a good
animosity
series.
towards anime.
Yeah, she hates anime and Muppets.
Oh God, you had to bring that up the one day that
Wait,
Elliot
wait,
doesn't throw that at me.
Wait.
Fuck you.
Hey, White Keith
Animas,
is here.
Animas, anime, animosity.
Very good, very good. Where's White Keith at? Did he comment? Trippy, that was him. Hi, Keith. White Keith. The new anime is in between. Channel 4 in the UK did a good run of anime in the 90s at 3 a.m. Sweet. Yeah, my reintroduction was thanks to Adult Swim on Saturdays, because they would do that block of anime. And I got introduced to one show that I'd never even heard of before. And I loved it, called Big O. Fucking love that series.
Well, if you want to see the Tokugetsu style of, which is what the special effects of the guy in the rubber suit with miniature cities is called, that style of special effects. Shoutcast has a sub channel called Tok Shout. I don't remember, but you can get to it from the Shout channel. But they show all the Super Sentai stuff. They show Godzilla. They show all that stuff.
I stopped watching
streaming 24
stuff
hours
over on Crunchyroll because I was told that they were woke and they were changing anime.
Yeah, they edit some stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want Tokusatsu. Yeah, I love that shit, D-Bud. Tom says Cape Fear 1962. Yeah, I finally got to read that, Tom. Thank you. Let's see. The plural of anima is anime, not anime.
That is right. Somebody knows their Latin.
And Geek Time says, hi, Gary. Hi, buddy. And then he says, just wrapped up work and listening while I figure out dinner. Go to McDonald's. Don't cook.
No, he wants food, not
they got the Big Mac dinner, $8. Can't beat that, motherfucker. Can't beat that. Speed Racer, huge fan, dude. I fucking love Speed Racer.
Yeah, it's on that channel. Toku Shatsu, along with all the Super Sentai that they use for Power Rangers. Also,
and I always tell people, if you want to see the origin of that, you got to go back and watch Ultraman. Ultraman was the origin for all of it. And it began with him, and then it went with that insect motorcycle guy, which I could not get into.
Kamen Rider.
Tried watching it. Kamen Rider. Could not get into it. Tried, and I don't dig it. I tried to watch some of the other Ultraman shows, and I had so much trouble with them because there was something about the formula with the first one that worked, and they kept trying to change it up each time, and I'm like, it just doesn't work. I still watch them, but they will never have the impact that the first one had.
Yeah,
Anime
I have most
Confuse.
of it. From the original Ultraman back in '66 all the way to the latest Ultraman series.
I'm going to check it out, Gambit, and I'll talk to you more about it after the show. We're going to wrap up now. We were at 20 minutes after, so we are done. We are fucking stick a fork in this, man. We are done. Hammer, Sandra Hammerslag, he did not request it, so I'm going to give it to him for shits and giggles.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
You're failing, Sander. You're failing. You need to be asking for that shit. What's the other one he asked for, Martin?
Ronry?
I couldn't understand you. What was that?
I'm so Ronry.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Real Popcorn Geek, Saputa Man is amazing.
Buddha Man.
I'm so lonely, so lonely, so lonely inside real alone.
And that's it. We're out of here, guys. Everybody have a good Friday. Don't forget, John is going to be gaming later. So make sure to jump in there and harass the shit out of him. He loves being harassed. Harangued.
I live for it. That's why I do it every Friday.
You like harassment, haranguement, and just simply you really like meringue. It's healthy. Meringue is healthy. It's made from egg whites. Anyway, we're out of here, guys. Have a good Friday, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Matt Damon.